The largest muscle in the body is called the gluteus maximus, which is also known as your butt. Even if bulking up to fit into a pair of Wranglers isn't your top priority for training, strengthening your glutes will help you improve your squats, deadlifts, and everything in between, yes, even overhead lifts. You simply won't be able to maximize your gains if you can't figure out the best way to activate your glutes. Here are 10 exercises to work out your glutes. 10. Conventional deadlift. One of the most well-liked exercises is the traditional deadlift, which is the king of all deadlift variations. The muscles in the hip, knee, and ankle are put to the test. While holding the barbell puts strain on your wrist, elbow, and shoulder muscles, those joints do not directly contribute to your range of motion. As it primarily focuses on hip extension, you can use it to train your back, legs, or anywhere else in your programming that it makes sense. 9. Back squat. The back squat is a compound exercise that puts the glutes, in particular, to the test. Its main purpose in exercise is to test hip extension, forcing the lower body up from the bottom position and heavily taxing the glutes. The back squat increases strength and muscle mass while supporting exercises like the split squat, deadlift, and lunge. 8. Barbell glute bridge. Without having to load the spine. This exercise is very effective at loading the glutes in their shortened position. The range of motion is what distinguishes the glute bridge from the hip thrust. In the glute bridge, a smaller range of motion is used, which places more emphasis and tension on the glutes than on other muscles of the posterior chain like the hamstrings, quads, and spinal erectors. 7. Belt squat. Instead of adding additional strain to the low back and spine, this unusual squat variation uses a machine to assist in loading the lower body. It is well liked by people of all fitness levels, including bodybuilders, weightlifters, and powerlifters, who use it to develop their glutes and quadriceps. This squat position promotes a more vertical spine, relieving some of the strain on the low back, and increased training volume without resulting in increased wear and tear. 6. Sumo deadlift. The sumo deadlift is a popular exercise with a lot of advantages, especially when it comes to developing the lower body's strength and size. In this deadlift variation, the lifter adopts a wider stance than in the standard position and turns their feet out about 30 degrees. The hips are forced into external rotation as a result of this change in stance, which puts strain on the adductor and glute muscles, particularly the smaller glute medius and minimus. 5. Modified curtsy lunge. A lunge variation that strengthens the engagement of the glute medius and minimus is the modified curtsy lunge. In this exercise, the lifter positions themselves in a modified split squat stance with the lead foot rotated internally by 10 to 20 degrees and the back foot elevated. The body is better aligned with the desired movement pattern while the glute medius is worked through a wider range of motion. 4. Walking lunge. Athletics frequently use the walking lunge as a dynamic lower body training option to train the muscles of the posterior chain because the step adds a level of focus on balance and coordination. It is a go-to glute builder because it challenges the glutes through a wide and dynamic range of motion in addition to its numerous advantages for balance and coordination. 3. Step down. This underused exercise is excellent for applying pressure to the glutes. The step down, also referred to as a reverse step up, trains the body unilaterally through hip and knee flexion and extension. You can exert a lot of muscular tension on the glute max without an external load thanks to the alignment of this exercise. 2. Goblet squat. With either dumbbells or kettlebells, this front-loaded squat variation keeps the lifter upright while being more manageable and beginner-friendly. For newer lifters, the goblet variation is a great step up into weighted squats once they have mastered the bodyweight variation. For more advanced trainees looking to build more leg muscle and endurance, goblet squats can be added to a larger set of exercises. 1. Cable glute kickback. Your glutes can grow by doing glute kickbacks. You can effectively work the glute medius or glute maximus depending on your setup. In this variation, the effectiveness of the exercise and the placement of the necessary amount of tension depend greatly on your setup and technique.